Welcome to Happy Wife, Happy Life.
We're your hosts. I'm Kendahl, Landreth.
And I'm Jordan Myrick.
And we are two incredibly unqualified,
but deeply in love comedians who are here to help you with all things relationships. And on today's episode, we're talking love on the road with Gwynedd Stuart and Tim Kasher. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We're so excited to have you.
We're so excited to be here because we love you guys.
it's always so
love
nice
you.
when we can have like our friends on the podcast and then
Yeah.
we can just be like, oh, we're just going to hang out with Gwynedd and Tim today. That's so nice.
But
know, this is
I
so
must
fun.
acknowledge, you're our friends first and foremost.
Yeah.
But people are probably watching being like, oh my God, I know them, I love them. Or you like live under a rock and you're stupid and you're like, who are they? You might recognize Gwynedd from Sporked and
Correct.
Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
She and I work together there and we've become the closest of friends and she's the best in the entire world. She's a journalist, she's a writer, she's a podcaster, she's a fashion icon, and I love her
She's
to
a
death.
beauty queen.
Did you hear
She's a
that?
beauty queen.
an
And
angel.
Tim Kasher. Tim is an incredible musician. He's the lead singer of bands like Cursive, The Good Life, and then also does solo stuff and is also just a really nice guy.
And a fashion icon and a beauty
fashion
queen.
icon, and a beauty queen,
angel baby.
and a head bitch in charge.
Anytime we post a picture with you, even like it can feel like it's us at a table, the four of us together.
We're like all four sitting on Tim's lap.
Yeah. I get hundreds of DMs. It's so cool. Tim Kasher agreed to take a picture with you.
It's so nice that you met
so
Tim
nice.
Kasher.
Kasher agreed. Did you pay for this? Is this a meet and greet?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
I've had people message,
Yeah,
like,
at a restaurant.
Yeah, like Gwynedd and I are like, get a picture of Tim. People are like, that's so cool. You and Gwynedd ran into Tim Kasher. I'm like, that's very funny.
I run into him all the time.
Me too. Yeah.
God.
Really crazy.
Running
It's like
in.
he's stalking us.
In the bathroom, mostly.
Well, that's because that's where you seek him out.
Yeah. You can always find him.
Yes. So we have you on the podcast today to talk about everything, but mostly love on the road.
Yeah.
Because Tim, you're
Beep, beep.
a touring musician.
Beep.
Yes, yeah.
Really exciting.
Because Tim,
It
you're
is,
a
yeah.
truck driver.
Wanna be.
A lot of people don't know about that, and that's why you're here to talk about it today. Promote your truck business. No, Tim, you're a touring musician. You tour, I mean, almost year round.
always touring.
You're always on tour.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about it. I know your schedule. You're like, always on tour.
You. Unless you're lying to us.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where are you actually with the second family?
I think there is something about this job that does feel like it's been a lifelong grift of me convincing or trying to convince people that I'm not actually gone as much as they think. Or there's just always this refrain in my life of just like, oh my gosh, you're constantly working, you're constantly on tour. And I feel like I'm not. But
okay.
it's probably this I'm like brainwashed or something by
Because like how much
job
do you go on
itself or
tour?
something. Probably gone more like 4 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seem right? Or
In
something like
total,
that.
though, right? Like 4 full months out of the year?
Yeah.
Not like you're gone all throughout the year.
Yeah.
What? No, I'm home for most of the year. I feel like, right? I mean,
like,
I was home like
okay,
all summer.
I'm
most
with
of the
you.
year.
Gwynedd, how often is Tim gone?
So, in my opinion,
There's no way to know the truth. It's not a science.
Yeah.
in my opinion, Tim is gone 11 out of 12 months a year. No, it's like, it is. It's probably about 4 months, but that's like a third of the year.
Yeah. I'm still
Like,
But
that's
is that
like a...
you're not gone? Like you don't leave for 4 months the whole time you're
No.
gone. It's like you
It's like a month
leave and you come
here,
back. Yeah.
2 weeks there, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but like it can be, I would say the longest that you're ever gone is like 6 weeks at a time. And that's like very rare.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more like 4 weeks at a time, right?
Was there ever a time where it was way more than that?
No, it's just kind of sometimes tours are. Sometimes I've had tours like 2 tours knock into one
Yeah.
another, up
Yeah.
against one another, and it'll be like 8 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
that's been pretty rare.
That's
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, that's a really long
months.
time.
It is.
100%.
It's a long time to be gone.
Absolutely.
I know.
It's like you become a different person. You become a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But I feel like even sometimes when Jordan will go on a trip without me, like with your friends for like
Yeah.
a week. And like I feel like when you get back, we do have this thing of like,
who are you?
we're different now. Like we
Who are you?
can't really get rid of that week. Like we are who we are now. So we have to just meet each other where we're at now after your big Mexico trip with your friends.
Yeah,
You know what
it was
I mean?
4 days
Yeah.
long. It does feel crazy because I used to tour as a comedian, and I was never gone that long. My touring schedule was typically I would leave on like a Wednesday or Thursday and be gone for like 2 to 4 days. So I was normally doing like Wednesday or Thursday to Sunday or Monday, and being on tour makes you feel insane, makes you feel absolutely psychotic. I was doing things no one should do. I was waking up at 3 a.m., driving multiple hours to get to an airport, then like drinking 2 back-to-back Red Bulls.
That's tough, yeah.
And eating like a fried chicken sandwich from Wendy's in an airport, and then going to Champlain, Illinois, like wherever I had to be to like do these shows at these colleges. It does make you feel wild. And I was single for a lot of that. In a relationship for some of it, bad relationship, but not with Kendahl. To be clear. But I have done it too, and it really does make you feel different. Like while you're gone, it feels really crazy. And we've also done long distance. Have you guys done long distance other than touring? Yes, right?
Like very early in our relationship, yes.
Us too.
Oh yeah, as far as living in different places.
Yeah.
Not for very long, but yeah, for the first year probably.
Yeah, something like that. Tim, when we first met, I lived in Florida and Tim lived in Montana. Isn't that crazy?
I can't picture either of you living in either of those places.
Wow.
Montana was great.
Really?
Florida was.
Do you know it's like my dream to go to what? Why did you look so disappointed?
It's just like the podcast just started. We're already talking about horses. It just started. And we're already talking about horses. Every episode is about horses.
Fine, I'll dim my light. I'll dim my light.
This is the horse podcast.
No, I'll
Okay,
dim my light.
tell them about Montana.
I'll dim it.
No,
No,
tell
it's fine.
them about Montana.
In Montana, you can go. Well, actually, I think now I'm like, is this real? Maybe I just
Like an AI video she saw.
Well, I know. No, you can pay. I'm sure it's really expensive, so that's the part I haven't looked into. But you can like pay and go to these like camps that are like horse camps for adults, where you basically just like ride horses all day.
Yeah,
it's like my dream to go for my birthday one year. But it's hard because I think you're supposed to go there like for parties. You're supposed to go with the big group of people, but I don't want anyone to come.
No, I love your love for horses.
I know, since we're finally talking about them.
Finally,
The only camp that I ever went to my whole life was Camp Pocomoke, which is horse camp.
What?
It was horse camp. It was called horse camp. Camp Pocomoke.
As a kid?
Where was it?
It was in Iowa. It was probably about maybe 40 minutes from Omaha, where I grew up.
Wow.
You know Omaha, where I grew up.
And what did you do at this horse camp?
Rode horses. I think learned about horses a little bit.
Did you get to groom them?
Groomed horses.
Yeah.
We probably
Shoe
just worked.
horses?
We probably just worked at a
Yeah, it seems
farm,
like wolfing more than anything.
and they're like called it camp.
That's beautiful.
There's so many things like that as a kid where you're like honored to do this thing or so excited to do this thing. I remember in my elementary school, you had to sign up to separate the plastic trash from lunch and clean them and put them in the recycling bin. And people would like fight for it. They please
It's so
let me
funny.
do lunch duty. I want to do lunch duty. And looking
Why
back,
would they do
I'm
it?
like,
Did you get to like go back to class like 5 minutes later or
maybe
something?
5 minutes
Yeah,
late.
I feel
But
like
more
it was
than
always
anything,
that.
you just
Yeah.
had like power in that at lunch. It was like that, and you hand that to me. I'm wearing a apron and I'm a working individual. Please don't, but you're giving up your recess to do free labor. That
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How legally did they make that work that they could allow kids to do that?
I love the idea of like, yeah, you get to like go to class 5 minutes late and you kind of like walk in and you're like, I was at work.
Yeah, I was busy.
I was at work.
everyone.
I'm sorry that
I
I'm
didn't mean to be
late.
late.
And
Yeah.
you just beeline to your desk to be like, I'm sorry, I like you take it so
Don't
seriously.
ask, seriously, you guys don't disrupt class any more than my entrance already had. Don't ask me any questions. I was at work. I was really like that growing up.
I was
Unfortunately,
too.
at my school, you got to on your birthday, if you brought in like cake or cookies or cupcakes or whatever, you got to go around to all the classes and give all of the teachers of the other classes a cupcake or a cookie or whatever, and you could like go to the front office. And,
That's crazy.
why? Who cares? Why did I hear of a fifth grade teacher I had never
met like
want a
strangers.
cupcake when I was in third grade? Why did I care? But it was
You
like
hand delivered them to other classrooms.
yeah, you got to
hours.
It took probably like 30 minutes, so you got to miss a decent amount of class. You got to pick one friend to go with you, so it was just you and a friend meandering
that's
around the
more fun.
school
It's so weird.
by yourself.
Well, that was like we had in my class. It was if you were the star student of the school.
The whole
This-
school.
that's what are the odds?
What is it? Just the middle school, like sixth through
elementary
eighth?
school.
Oh,
Kindergarten through
K
fifth.
5, yeah.
There was like 3 tiers. So if you got third best student, I don't even know how they're picking this stuff. Usually it was like a kid went through something and then they like did their homework one time.
You're the
and they
best
gave them an
kid.
award.
Yeah, Michael's parents are getting divorced, so
Yes.
he's the best kid this month.
I guess it was just by teachers being like, this kid needs this. I don't know. But there was like one award. If you got the top award, you got to have lunch with the principal who literally, so I got
head
this.
cop
My
of the
God.
school.
Yeah.
And I got
Nightmare.
it one time. And it was, I know, pretty cool. It was the most awkward thing I've ever done.
That is
it was
a date.
I'm sitting-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adult man you don't know, and you're
She
ultimately-
was a woman. She was a female
part of the
principal. It was Miss
You didn't
Francis.
say female principal, so I didn't know.
Miss Francis, and we sat across from each other, and I literally just remember it was like silent because this poor woman is like, why do I have to have lunch with the second grader? This is horrible.
is
I didn't
This
even
is
know
why I
what
thought
talked
about
about.
Anne, though, because I was like, why would it be awkward with a woman?
It was just, I've never met this woman in my life, and she just happens to work at the school. I mean, I didn't know her. She didn't know anything about me, and we have to. I remember it was a full pizza, and we shared a pizza together.
Oh my God.
And you can't leave until you finish every bite.
I just think it's like the full representation of authority, and who wants to have like a gift, like to win something is to win.
Tim really hated adults as a child, so that would be like an absolute
I still
nightmare
hate
for him.
adults. I
I
still hate
love
adults.
adults.
I consider none of you adults.
Sure,
Wow.
absolutely.
I liked adults.
Can you tell everyone what your neighbor child said about you two?
Wait,
I don't know
yeah.
this.
I think it's so funny.
Our neighbor child, who's about 4, I think, was explaining Tim and I to his mom and said that Gwyned's a baby and Tim's a lady.
Oh,
And I was like, I think that really sums us up
Isn't
really
that the most
well.
accurate thing you've
Whoa.
ever heard in your
And
life?
are you walking down? She goes, you two. I recognize you.
I know it is. I think that's
so
so
Baby and the lady.
funny.
She's gonna be a little
Yeah.
writer one day. That's
Yeah.
very astute.
yeah.
I know.
Sometimes kids just clock you.
Yeah.
I was teaching one time at like an after school program. And actually, it's very cool. I don't know if it still exists, but it was a program where they made a TV show. I think it was probably like a YouTube show or something. I'm not sure exactly like how it ended up, but it was a show for kids with learning disabilities, starring kids with learning disabilities. So I taught like
That's how we met.
That's how Kendahl and I met. It was really beautiful.
Cute.
Yeah, she was the star I was teaching. But it was like I was working with them, and they one day this little girl walked up to me and she was like, "I have a question," and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Are you a comedian?" And I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "You look like a comedian."
Wow.
Okay.
That's like literally the meanest thing anyone's
That's the
ever said. to
meanest
me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a
It does.
compliment.
It sound like
So mean. It's not a compliment. You look like a comedian.
All those hot comedians.
That's so
It feels like
mean.
you look like you were on radio.
Yeah, to me it felt like she walked up to me and she went, "You look like Louis C.K." Is what it looked. It was like that's what the energy was of what she said to me. It really hurt my feelings.
Oh, I would have
but
threatened her a little bit, but
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Oh my god. But so you two met when you were already on the road?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And can I ask how you met? Or is that too private?
no, I told the story on Jeopardy and everything. All of America knows.
great.
And Alex Trebek, but he's dead.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
I
he
need
took
to
it to his
pause.
Took it to his grave, yeah.
How many game shows have you been on before we get into that?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your dream game show to get on?
Already
I mean, it
happened.
really was Jeopardy. Like that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
And then I lost and I fell into a deep depression that I still haven't
true,
emerged from.
Well, because I think people who you probably your whole life are like, if I got on Jeopardy, like you live with this, like, well,
Yeah.
in my heart, though, I know that if I was on Jeopardy, I would win. And then
Yeah.
you didn't, and then you didn't have any.
You know, I think I can. Yeah, you're so right. It's you didn't realize that your dream wasn't to be on Jeopardy; it was to win Jeopardy.
yeah, yes, which
But
is so
I don't think you
different.
fully actualized that. You just thought, I just want to be on Jeopardy, it'd be so great. And I thought that was what the dream was about.
Yeah.
And then after it happened, it was like, oh, the dream was about winning Jeopardy.
Well, yeah, I think it's always fun to not win things, and I have a little bit of a problem with that. That's probably one of the main problems in our marriage.
With that.
With losing?
With
Yeah.
losing?
Yeah, because we play games a lot. We're not just on game
you
shows;
know-
we're game show hosts, and we play games a lot.
Yeah.
There's people, there are people I refuse to play games with. Like, and there was a person, maybe now, Gwynedd, there's a man in my life, I won't say, our relationship, horrible. We did not get along. I literally hated him. Then one year I said, no more playing games. Love him.
We like
Love
him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Love him.
Really?
Yeah.
I
That's
just
so
couldn't-
funny.
That side of a person,
Ugliness,
it's
right? That would come out.
disturbing. And cheating.
For me, I have
as
that.
an adult.
Really? I would say we don't have that. I think you and I are competitive like in our careers or in things that like really like make money and things like that, but I don't find us to be particularly competitive like with each other or at home or in like games.
No, not in games. In the moment, I can get excited, but I'm so quick to be like, no, well, who cares? Yeah. But my siblings grew up. I had my brother we'd been playing a game of Risk for days. Toss the whole thing up in the air somehow.
yeah.
That kind of, and I just, I don't care enough about that.
Yeah. How does you losing and being a sore loser manifest?
It's really like, it's actually only, I don't think it happens in like regular life things. It's, I think it pretty isolated to things that don't matter.
Like in an argument?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think I can lose arguments sometimes. I'll just kind of be like,
I
sure,
think
whatever.
that you're pretty
But I have to win games.
yeah. You're mature about being like I'm wrong or
I have
I was wrong or
Thank you. I have a very specific memory of when we lived in Chicago, and Tim did something so fun, which is plan a decathlon for us, and it was 10 different games that we would play throughout the day, and it
around the
involved,
city,
around like going to a bar
Super
and like
fun.
playing ping pong, and like, do you remember other ones? Like it was really like
no, I don't. It was a long time ago, but there's ping pong, probably pool, maybe a shuffleboard, dards.
yeah.
Oh my god.
There's like all these there's different things and
That's
activities at
so
different
fun.
bars that were neat bars and like locations.
But then
and we got through we got through 4 of them, and then it was just like, you know what, we shouldn't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Somebody
drag?
needs to go home and take a nap.
Yeah, it really was.
Like we had
It
to
was
go home
like-
and I was just like,
Wow. And were you mad?
air
Like I
hockey.
planned this and you've now ruined it?
Well, because I love to beat people, and so I chose games that were easy that I'm good at.
So now that's on you. So this is actually.
And then she was like, had a hard time with that. Yeah, like didn't like that. No, honestly, I really was just like any old game. And
air hockey. I really don't like losing at air hockey or ping pong. And I'm not very good at either. That's the thing. I think that's the bad part of it is like, even if I'm not good at things, I still don't like losing at them. But that won't stop me from doing them.
Sure.
Or getting very frustrated when I'm
they
not
look fun.
performing
Yeah.
well doing them.
Yeah.
I get that. I get really, where I get really annoying is when we go to Top Golf.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Because everybody knows.
So is that just like a driving range?
Yeah, except you can get like cocktails that have like a donut on top of it or whatever, like nachos.
with
We
you
should
guys.
go.
Oh, I
Honestly,
would
like
love
we would have
that.
a really good time.
It's fun. And I've never been, you just know me, so I know you can tell I get really like, I become someone else.
She
get
tries
really,
to like big dog everyone. Like she's not. Well, because as everyone knows that listens to this podcast, and also both of you, Kendahl used to be a golfer as a child, and she was like, but she always says this is wrong, but like she was like not pro, but like headed in that direction if she had continued, or if
It was like-
Stanford
Yeah.
even scouted you.
well, I was really good at golf, but then I don't know. It's also so hard. My dad love him to death, was such a liar. So sometimes I'll say things as an adult like that.
You think Stanford didn't come scout
No,
you?
I don't. I honestly don't.
I told that by your family for years.
What? Because actually think
Funny.
about that. I was in middle school. Why would they do that? There's just no.
Stanford, reach out and let us
I
know.
didn't.
Love it being part of your lore anyway, though.
is.
Maybe
Why
it
would
was-
not
My dad
happen?
would just say things like we'd get in the car and he'd be like, Stanford was here today looking at you. Like he was insane. I love him.
was a liar.
But,
I love that.
It gave me confidence. But then as an adult, and I would say that, I think when we started dating, I told you that. But then now looking back, I'm like, there's like, what, who does that? No scouts come and look at a middle schooler.
They might. I don't know.
If they were, it wasn't me. There's no world. But I was very good at golf. And it just became one of those things where, by the time I was in high school, people had it was so expensive. And everyone had these like fancy, they were training in a way that I just like couldn't train, whatever. But also at the end of the day, I didn't want to do it anymore. But when I
because
get
of that,
to Top Golf,
we go to
it's
Top
kind
Golf.
of the only time I can really use those years and years of time.
Kendall's always like this. As I'm going, she goes like this. And she kind of spreads her legs. She leans forward. And she looks at me and she watches me and she's like, baby, come on. baby, come on. And then she'll like get up and like try to adjust me and adjust my form.
I love it. So it's not just you doing well. It's like everyone has
No, I
to
need
do
everyone to
well.
focus
Yeah.
up.
So
I need everyone to focus.
So that's a factor about you as well, Gwynedd, is that I absolutely like
factor.
I would not if if we go play Top Golf, the last thing I will do is touch you or try to help or offer a suggestion.
Yeah, I
at
think I
all.
can
I'm just like
handle it.
it's so insulting to her. If I have if I could maybe help a little bit, it's insulting and belittling.
Yeah.
No, but what if Kendahl comes up behind you and is kind of correcting your form?
You'd probably be okay with
Oh
that.
no, that's totally
I mean,
fine.
if Tiger Woods came
Yeah.
up to you, would you want one of his help?
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
actually,
lady,
I bet
what
you'd be a little bit.
Yes,
came up to you.
You would be a shade conflicted about it. You'd afterward. You'd probably say, "I already knew that." By
Would
the way,
you
or
consider it?
Because you
No,
Tiger Woods.
no.
Tiger Woods.
Oh.
I think
Tiger Woods,
amongst
but
a
not
kind friend like
Kendall.
Kendahl,
Yeah.
you'd be cool with it.
I see.
But I
Because you would be able to bring your
So maybe
bring
it's
your walls
an
down.
problem. Remember
Wow.
that?
What is it, honey?
But did you never do when you were a kid? I bet you never let them do bumpers at at bowling?
No, that would not have been allowed in my family. That was like my family thing. Like my mom would be like, absolutely not.
Interesting.
No, grow up.
It does feel very familial because my family is extremely laissez-faire about games.
Okay.
They don't care at all. My mom can get competitive if she's in the right environment. If other people are competitive, my mom can get competitive. But like in general, we're all just kind of like, eh. And your family all is really competitive. So it does. What's your family like? Competitive?
My mother, it was competitive, yeah.
And you have so many siblings. Both of you do. I feel like sometimes when you have... Gwynedd and I are only children, so it's like you don't have that many people to compete against. It's kind of just like you against yourself.
Right.
You two had so many... Because you're both what? One of...
Six.
Yeah.
One of six. I feel like when I was growing up, my family would kind of use games to let out some steam on other issues. And I was telling my mom the other day, because she was like... I never really got mad too much growing up. And I was like, no, you really didn't. My mom was like not a hot-headed anyway. But I was like, I do remember multiple times during board games where it was kind of like, you know, a mother of so many children is like so stressed. And we were playing Catan one time, and I'll never forget, she said this to me. She got so upset because I'd cut off her longest road, if you've ever played Catan. And she said, it wasn't enough for you to just win. You had to twist the knife.
Oh,
and she left the room. And so I feel like, but my mom's not like that. My mom wasn't really competitive. But sometimes if the right family drama was going on and you happened to play a game, sometimes things would become more than maybe they needed to
More
be.
than it is. That makes sense.
So funny.
We did jump the shark a little bit. Where did you two meet? How did you two meet?
All right.
Jeopardy knows, but we don't.
Oh, okay. So Tim was playing a show. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, and Tim played a show, and I was a fan of his band. And they were opening for Alkaline Trio, it was like a fun show to go to. So I went, and it was like it was in a weird neighborhood in Jacksonville. It's like a beach. It's by the beach, and it's like. It's Jacksonville Beach. It was at a place called Freebird Live, which is owned by Leonard Skinner. So like in the whole area, there's just like dorky bars around there.
Yeah.
So I went up to their merchandise guy and I said, if you guys are going to go out afterwards, there's like one cool place to go, and it's a karaoke bar called Ginger's Place. And it was just like a kind of random thing where they actually like listened, and they all came to Ginger's Place afterward.
Were you like hoping, like, were you like, he's cute? Or were you literally just like, by the way, there's a bar?
Honest.
Yeah, I thought you were cute.
No lies.
But were you trying to set what's happened up? Were you being like, I see him, I love him, now I will put this into action?
No, I think I was just being more cordial than anything.
That was the impression. And I don't love telling this. You know, I've always not loved telling the story because it's...
Oh, sorry.
Because it's kind of gross. I'm a musician on the road, and it's like, that's the story. The story is like you hook up with people and like, you know, like... I
don't think that's... I mean, you guys are extremely happily married for quite a long time.
Yeah, but still,
just it's nice.
The origins I just like are not ideal. But I will say that Craig D, our good friend who was the merch person, this is how he presented it to me, and I think this is important. Is he came backstage and he was like, there is this young woman, and she's like, trust me, she's like not too young, and she's just cool. She just seems cool, and she said there's this cool karaoke bar, and that she thought that we might want a cool place to go hang out.
Yeah,
and so he was really trying to push it as like, look, we're not trying to go pick anybody up or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, it's not like a crazed fan that's like,
no, he was
like,
he was basically coming back and saying like, I vetted this person.
Yeah.
Like she seemed really cool and just seemed sincere about like, this is a place that might be fun to go to afterward.
And it was, right?
And then I walked in and she was singing Against All Odds, which is like one of my favorite songs. And I didn't know who she was. I didn't know this was the person who had suggested it. But I did think to myself, I was walking, I was like, well, she's kind of cool. She's singing Against All Odds and she's cute. But I didn't have any connection to it.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like the random thought you might have when you walk into a karaoke bar and you're like, oh, wow.
But then I did immediately.
That pretty person is singing a song I like.
Yeah.
I got off stage and then immediately went and said hi, though.
Yeah. And we're like,
so
I was just at your show.
After,
And then were you guys immediately like, this is it?
We got along pretty well, pretty quickly. And then actually we started hanging out pretty, like, really, like, soon after. And, really, like, couldn't stop talking to one another. Really couldn't stop talking, I guess was mostly what we thought was funny about our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we actually went on a long drive the next day, so I could bring Tim to see his parents.
And you went in?
Yeah, and we lied to my parents and said that we were old friends because it's like obviously it's weird. The whole thing was weird.
Yeah,
Sure.
It was.
You know what else was weird is that we watched The White Ribbon that night, which is so funny. You know that Hanukkah movie, Michael Haneke movie. That's like really an intense movie.
And I think you guys both know that I don't do well with like staying awake during movies in
famously.
general. So I remember just like being on your parents' couch and just being like, oh my God, I gotta close my eyes so bad. Just kind of being like, will anyone notice?
I love that. I think it's such a sweet story. I mean, when you're a touring musician or touring anything, I mean, most of the people you encounter are going to be on the road when you're on the road a lot. And I don't think that's weird. I mean, I think it's gross to be predatory in any professional situation, but I think to meet people on the road is nice and normal.
And it was. It's so nice to be able to like lay it all out and explain how it happened because otherwise just being like the short story is kind of skeevy. It's just like, we met, I was playing a show at Jacksonville Beach and we hooked up.
And I was like, hey.
The only skeezy part about it is that it was in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
No, that's not a great part of the story.
Yeah,
I know.
Washington, D.C., people would think the whole story was demure, you know?
Totally. You know, that definitely that colors it a lot.
Of course.
With a lot of like trashiness. And like Ginger's Place, it's called Ginger's Place. I mean, doesn't that say a lot about it? It's like Ginger's Place. And it really was like the diviest dive bar.
Yeah.
But
That's
with like
so
great karaoke.
fun.
It was so fun.
Cute though. It's such a good
fun.
story.
I think it's extremely cute.
It's crazy you don't like telling that story because that's so like, if I could pick like 3 ways to meet my partner, that would be one of them. That's so romantic.
Ouch.
And we did.
So Instagram DMs is not one of the 3 that I pictured.
Okay.
No, it was like very normal. And now once it was crazy though, because I will say like once I knew Tim and like had spent more time with him like while he's on the road and I'm like visiting or whatever, I see that like they don't really go out afterward. Like you guys don't really go out after shows a lot. So it was like kind of rare.
It's just like fate.
Yes.
And how far into dating were you guys like, we're in love? This is it.
Things there was one important part of our early relationship was that we lived in, talking about space in long distance relationship, is that we were living in different places, and I remember having to make, you probably were too, but there were decisions that could be made to pursue this relationship. Or you could decide, like, you know what? We live across the country from one another. You can just cut this off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of neat and nice that we kept feeling compelled. But it wasn't for me, I will say, and this is for me just being older and probably more bedraggled as a person, that I was kind of in a place in my life where I was like, oh my God, Tim, are you kidding me? Please don't get into a relationship. You have a relationship problem. Like, so many people, right? You're just growing up and you're just trying to figure out relationships. You're not very good at them. And so I really there was a voice in my head that was kind of fighting it. But the other voice in my head was just like,
he was just
Gwynedd
a 35-year-old baby.
Yeah. Of course. You were a lady and he was a baby, and then it switched as time went on.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, it is there. You have to make a choice at a certain point. I remember Kendahl and I had been talking for like a month, and she did something that irritated me. And no, it was legitimate. It was legitimate.
No, it was.
Should I say what it is?
You've already
Do you
talked
know
about
what
it
it is?
Oh, have I?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Trust me, I've gotten an earful about it.
It was basically
we've already talked about it. I just basically like told people that we were like seeing each other premature. I mean, I was like Paul Revere after our first date. I was going around New York. I have a girlfriend, but it wasn't Jordan Myrick.
I love that. She was at a party with people that were kind of like in her friend group, but she wasn't friends with them. They were kind of like tangentially part of it. And she was at a party and I had kind of vocalized, oh, I don't really like these 1 or 2 people. I don't think they're very nice. And I think whatever. And then she had gotten into a conversation with them about me and told them that like we were seeing each other, and they said a lot of like rude things about me.
Oh no.
It's mostly just one weird man that does stand up.
Okay.
It mostly, and he was like dating one of Kendall's friends at the time.
Okay.
So I was mostly just like, I don't really like that guy. And then he didn't even say anything rude about me. I think he was just like, that's weird. Like Jordan Myrick, like, ugh, okay, I would never. Just something kind of like that, like something kind of rude.
Yeah.
And then Kendahl told me about it. So there were like, where I was like, why did you tell me about that? You could have just kept it to yourself.
Honest. I thought it was being honest.
Why did you talk to him about me? I already told you I like didn't like him and thought he was like a bad dude.
Yeah.
And then like you were telling him like things about like our relationship, which is new. So I was just like frustrated. And I remember being on the phone and Kendahl being like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, okay. We got off. And then the next day I called her and I don't know what I didn't really have anything planned to say. I was just still frustrated. And she answered and she was like, hello? And I was like, listen, I really like you. Okay. And that was kind of it.
No,
and
you said no. You didn't even say that. You went. I'm very fond of you.
Oh, that's what I said, I'm very fond of you.
I said, you were going outside my apartment.
Yeah.
What's happening?
But it felt almost in that moment, it felt like I was telling you that I was in love with you because I was like, she lived in New York, I lived in LA. It was the middle of, or the beginning of COVID. So there was, it was like, why are we even doing this? It feels so crazy. And then when I realized like, I'm on top of those things, plus I'm irritated at her. And I still want to do it. So I felt like that was the moment where I was like, okay, I'm falling in love with you, is what it felt like.
Yeah.
But you have to make that decision.
How much longer after that did you move to LA?
Maybe like 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was already like planning to move to LA, which is like why we started dating. I was kind of like, I'm thinking about it. I remember my dad being like, you are lying out of your ass. You're just moving to LA for this girl. Aww. And I was like, no. And I was very like, it's for my career. It's really, but I think I would have moved to LA years down the line.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely pushed me to like go quicker.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's not shameful.
Yeah, but I think it ended up being
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
It's shameful.
It's not shameful.
I think it was good because you moved to Northern California first to live with your parents and you like helped your mom with your dad a little bit.
Yeah.
And like you got to spend a lot of really nice time with your dad, who obviously has since passed. And then you moved down to Southern California. We stayed in 2 separate apartments, which was very mature.
Yes, very.
Not shameful at all.
Not shameful at all, is what it would say. And
on the Lord's watching.
Yeah. And we haven't had sex yet.
Yeah, then we eventually moved in together. So it felt like, it all happened pretty quick, which is like very lesbian, but also like very COVID. But I still feel like we did the right steps to do the right things.
But also moving to me isn't a very big deal. I just think I'm like, right out of high school, I moved to New York.
Yeah.
I'm across the country.
If you've moved a lot, I think you're kind of like,
same with him.
I'll just move.
We moved in with one another in Atlanta. It was really, I just moved into her place in Atlanta because I just was looking at the next year and I was like, I have an album coming out and I'm going to be gone a lot. And every time I'm home in Omaha, I was back in Omaha at that time. I was just like, this is silly. Every time I'm not going to come back to Omaha, I'm just going to go to Atlanta to cultivate this, to nurture this relationship. And so like, why? So I was like, I'll just move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely just made sense.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
like, I moved to Atlanta like right after we met, which was crazy. There was a lot going on in my life at that point in time. Like I had just, like when we met, I had just been laid off from my job. That's why I had a free day to drive a man down to see his parents.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I know, seriously.
I always think about that stuff when there are like things that seem bad. I get kind of almost excited because I'm like, but what's the good thing this is going to lead to?
Yeah.
You know?
No, a lot of good things happen.
Can I ask, are either of you like introverted?
I think we both are.
Okay, because I feel like someone on tour, anytime you're like, we have to spend a lot of time on our own, like is ideal for an introverted couple. Because I know for me, like I obviously missed what?
I love when Jordan's not around.
Okay.
No,
in the most bad way, faith way you could take it. I enjoy my alone time. And so when Jordan has to go do something or whatever, it's like, I miss you and I'm excited for you to get back. But I also, it's not like I'm dying. I think people are like, I can't take another day on my own. And I could take another day.
Oh, yeah, same.
Yeah. I think that we have the same situation. Like we're both extroverted introverts.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is that supposed to work, 2 of them together? Is that normal?
I think so. I mean, I
Okay.
think they can be, I would say, Kendahl really prides herself on being an introvert, but I also think shames herself on being an introvert.
I just am. I pride myself on being a human.
You're very prideful. You're very prideful.
You're
being
being
a
very
human.
prideful.
Yeah, the hubris is disgusting.
It's very shameful to be that
No, I
prideful.
just used to feel so insecure about it. I used to be like, oh my God, I'm such a I never want to see anybody. I'm always like, the thought of going out to a bar makes me want to fully lose my mind. Like I just can't. And so through years of therapy, I've grown to feel pride in it. But I guess
think it's
I'll go back on that.
But I just feel like everything now, everybody's got to put so many labels on everything.
No, I know.
Where I'm like, I think most people would label me as very extroverted, and I can spend a lot of time with people, but I also do like alone time.
Yeah.
I like having alone time, and like when I'm by myself or when
And because
Kendall's
you're
out
an
of
only
town.
child, too.
Yes, I'm like accustomed to it. So I'm kind of like, I think we're both, I'm probably, Are we both extroverted introverts?
No, you are so extroverted. I mean, you could be
I
by yourself.
love I love having alone time.
When? What
do you mean?
I'm like, maybe once a month you have an alone time. I feel like
You're always around.
Well, sure. But Jordan will literally be like, well, I have breakfast with this friend, I have lunch with this friend, I have dinner with this friend, and then I'm going to a movie after with a group of people I've planned. Yeah, I could never. I could be locked in a basement, kidnapped, locked in a basement, years. I would probably do a lot of the similar activities I do now.
But
my day-to-day life.
Then what am I?
But it's because you don't get. I think the difference is you recharge around people.
That's the way I always think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm around a bunch of people, I have to go and be by myself. Like it's part of why we're like not throwing a wedding. I'm like, I know I would spend 25 to 75% of that time in the bathroom on my phone by myself versus you. I feel like if you went like 3 weeks without seeing people, you would need to see people to like recharge.
Yeah.
Don't you find?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Oh my God. I can't wait to find out what happens after the 3-week challenge.
Yeah.
That should be,
The 3-week challenge.
That's great.
It could be a game show.
Patreon only or something.
Yeah, Patreon
Subscriber
only.
Yeah.
We'll only talk to
3-week
people
challenge.
through Patreon. So subscribe to Patreon. It's a 3-week challenge. No, I hear you. But I guess I'm just like, I don't know. I like my alone time. And when I found when we're apart for work or whatever, like, well, because something feels kind of sexy and naughty about being alone when you live with a partner. Do you know what I mean? Because like you're always together, and then when you're not, you're kind of like, ooh, I have the house to myself. Like I'm gonna do all the things they hate.
Yeah.
So I make myself a really spicy meal because Kendahl can't eat spicy food, and then I watch a movie she would never want to watch.
Yeah.
And I just do things you wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm the
what
same
you
way.
do when I'm not home.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's exactly correct. I remember first recognizing it when we lived in Atlanta, and then Tim would like leave to go on tour, and I would like drive him to the airport, and I would immediately go to Taco Bell because I was like, "This is my little treat."
Yeah,
like
Mommy's
because he
alone
never
time.
wants to eat fast food because he's on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's like, and then your options are fast food. So I would have like my perverted little like Mexican pizza moment and like go home and watch like Sister Wives,
Yes, a perfect night. I love that.
which I still do. Even if you're like in the back bedroom like working or whatever.
Yeah,
That sounded
Sister Wives is,
perverted.
like,
It's an
immediate
office. It's
go-to
not.
for her.
The back bedroom. The
Working
back
it.
dungeon.
Yeah. Well, you got to watch Sister Wives.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we could get one of them on this podcast?
Yes.
Which one?
Definitely.
Who?
Did I say it right?
Mary.
Who's Mari?
I don't really watch it, but I see it.
Talking about?
Is her name Marie? Marie? Marie. Is there Marie?
I'm gonna pass out. It's Mary.
Mary.
Does she spell it funny though?
Mary.
Does she,
Mary. M-E-R-I.
with an I at the end.
Oh,
I think that the I at the end.
Pronounced Mari. That's not your fault.
Maury.
That's not your fault.
Cody is what?
So her
Cody's
name's just
the
Mary,
Maury
but spelled
Povich.
like M-A-R-I?
M-E. Mary.
Mary.
M-E-R-I. Mary.
So that is.
M-E-R-Y. I?
No.
Oh my God.
Or Christine.
I
She
would
loves to talk.
love to get Christine on the show.
She
Could not
loves
get
to
Robin
talk.
on the show. That's all I'm
Of
saying.
course, I could not get Robin on the show because Robin couldn't come on the show unless Cody was with her, and we're not having Cody on the show.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
God.
I would if you wanted
I was
to.
gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
for real.
I would love to
I'd
grill him.
watch.
Get him on the show, Cody, Robin. I'm sure one of your gay kids listens to this podcast.
I mean-
so reach out.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, if you'd like, I could just try to be Cody on the show.
That's
That's good.
perfect. Oh, and he got the eyes.
Wow.
And I could just say something that and I could go so big with my face.
You
and then I
actually-
could go back again. And
That's literally
good.
just like him.
I know.
Wow, is this why you fell in love?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's my Cody Brown.
yeah.
Wow.
He loves being on camera, that guy.
He
I
really
love
does.
him.
He does, and he's really like gotten more like comfortable with it, or maybe required it more.
Yeah, I was asking the
would
other
say.
day because I don't really watch it, but I do see it in the background. But I was like,
I like to show you
I asked how much of it
sometimes.
you think is affectation and not. But it's like it's confusing because it's like
think
it's
it's what he is.
17, 20 seasons or something like that. So it's like if anything is an affectation, it was an affectation and it no longer is an affectation.
What's
Don't
that?
you think? I mean, kind of. As you know what I mean, like the
like
way
something
that
he's like putting on,
like
Yeah.
for
on
camera,
like
I
putting
think
on,
that's
yeah,
just
putting
how
on for the
he
camera. It's like
is.
now I
Yes.
think that's just
I think
them.
in that
And you
like
see it
that
develop over the
churchman kind of
seasons.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. I also think that he is someone that if he had just like taken an improv class in college, I think maybe like the trajectory of the world would be different. You know what I mean? He needed like an outlet, but instead of doing something like that, he ended up having a bunch of wives and like being insane on a reality show.
A million children because he needed an audience, so he created his own audience with his loins.
Ooh, I think
Really
that's such a haunting. I've never seen the show, but I have seen a lot of parents where you see a really like loud, just like performative parent, and their kids you'd always think are like going to be the same way, and they're always so quiet.
Yeah,
and I find it to be such a disturbing dynamic.
That's
because
really upsetting.
But I feel like I've seen that so much.
Yeah.
You know this person, you're like, God, your parents must be like so quiet. You're so quiet, and then they're just like insane.
You learn why, you know?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm ready to get into some audience questions. How about y'all?
I'd love to. Oh, I did think of earlier, though, and I wanted to say one time I did get really competitive, and it was crazy, just to make you feel better, Gwynedd.
Oh, thank you.
Is every year we get a king cake for...
Oh, my
this
gosh.
is like crazy. We actually got in an argument about
Yeah, my dad orders us a king cake and has it sent to our house because I'm originally from New Orleans, and my dad loves New Orleans and wants Kendahl to learn about it.
Well, and so in a king cake, there's a little baby, obviously, that you
tiny
hope to
plastic
get
baby
for
Jesus.
good luck. I really believe in wishes and wishing, and I take wishes very seriously. And so I really, for some reason, like when I didn't get the baby, it like really upset me. This was like a couple years ago, and I like went to the room and like got emotional. And then Jordan was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt so embarrassed. I was like, "This is so crazy."
Well, we would like cut pieces of the cake and then hand them out, and she'd be like, "Do you have the baby? Do you have the baby? Do you have the baby?" And everyone was like, "I don't know. You just handed it to me. I haven't eaten it yet." And she really wanted the
But I
baby.
was the same way with the wishbone growing up. My sister would do the wishbone.
Yeah.
And when I wouldn't get it, I would get so upset, and I would be like, "You know, I need this."
So for this king cake, you must have had a huge wish that you were hoping.
Oh my God, what was your wish?
I can't tell you.
No, you can't tell us,
true.
but you know. Though.
Well, I'll tell you what my wish used to be. And sometimes my wishes come true now, and I think it's because it's what?
Oh,
It's not-
nothing. I was thinking, never mind. Say what you're going to say.
I think it maybe is the same one.
Okay.
But it's not sad. It's sad. Well, I just think it's funny because it's like clearly no one explained to me how life works. But I think now my wishes come true because someone up there feels bad about all. But for like the first 12 years of my life, I wished for my dad to walk again, who was, it's okay. But he was paralyzed. And I'm like, I really think I thought one day my birthday wish will come true and he'll just walk. But he
What do you mean? Why did you say, oh?
Well, because
That's sad.
It's kind of funny, but it wasn't.
No, it's sweet. But I will say, like, Kendahl almost always, her wishes come true now. She
telling
really
you.
means that.
That's crazy.
I think she put in the
God
time.
was like, I can't give you this one medically, but something I can.
She's taking an L
find
every
something.
single year. We have to grant her something.
Today's episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile. There's no better time to save some money. Mint Mobile is offering unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. That's their best deal of the year. Get a 3, 6, or 12-month unlimited plan for $15 a month. All Mint plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk, and unlimited text, all on the nation's largest 5G network. I love Mint Mobile. It's so easy to set up. I recommend it to my friends all the time, and now I'm getting to recommend it to you all, my listeners and my friends. So bring your current phone and contacts over to Mint. No contracts, no nonsense. It's seriously so easy to set up. Don't get them socks. Get them premium wireless for $15 a month. Shop Mint Unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/wife. That's mintmobile.com/wife. Limited time offer. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan terms only. Less than 35 gigs. May slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Okay, are we ready? People wrote in some really good questions for this one.
Before we get into the questions, if you would like to ask a question, go follow us on Instagram, and we always post the questions there. You can also join our Patreon. You get early, what'd you say, access to
You get
asking
early
a question.
access to episodes. You can also ask questions on there. The
Yeah.
Patreon's great.
But we also post all the questions on Instagram so that you can go and you can ask the questions there. I've said the word question 70,000 times,
I
but
love
go
it.
there
Question?
and
You're getting
ask
it.
a question.
You're getting
for
the point
questions.
across, and I
There's
think
a bunch
that's
of
really
questions,
important.
and we're going to answer them now.
You're right.
Yeah, that's
Nothing you said was wrong.
The question we asked on Instagram today was, "What are your questions about
shit.
about dancing?" I am just like,
Are you okay?
I've never had such an issue.
What are your questions about dancing? Back to radio, she's like fully losing losing
Oh my
it.
god, we've been watching so many news bloopers. We can't even get into it. We're watching
my
so
God.
many news bloopers.
Bloopers.
Oh,
You guys,
fun.
We will cackle in bed, like crying, laughing.
do you guys
Love
know
news
this?
bloopers.
And he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. And not just that, he's gay. He's gay? I mean, he's blind. You guys know that one, right?
No, I don't think so.
It's
I'm
crazy.
crazy. Love these.
She goes, he climbed it, and it's so amazing. But not just that, he's gay.
He's gay. He's blind. I'm sorry, he's blind.
It's so amazing. I feel like people have intrusive thoughts on live television and you get to see it.
You know, you just saw her see the thing or whatever, and she's like, look at this little twink or whatever she like thought when she like saw the picture of this man. Like she clearly was like, he's gay, and then said it, and it's really funny to me.
Oh my
4 a.m.
God.
These people
It
have
is,
no
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
There's another one. The teleprompter will get it wrong too. There's one of this man. He goes, check your panties. I think that was supposed to say pantries.
Yeah. He's like talking about a food recall. He's like, and there's lots of reasons that you need to check your panties. And then he's like, food recall. I'm sorry, I think that was supposed to say pantries. And everyone in the
so
studio
good.
had a good laugh.
I love it.
Ways. What we asked was what people's questions were about dating on the road. And at first, Jordan was like, but maybe that's so like specific. But I started to think about it, and I was like, there's so many people who date someone on the road. You'd be truck driver, musician, stand-up comedian, or a flight attendant.
Yeah.
A traveling nurse. A traveling nurse.
Yeah.
Traveling
fine.
salesman
Someone in the
profession.
of
Yes.
days of yore.
My dad was
Yeah.
on the road all growing up,
Yes,
doing
he was.
being a salesman, and I guess also people in the army. I guess that's a little different. That's a very, it's like more long times and less communication. But I feel like there's still similar advice to glean from it. Gleam? Is that the right word? Glean.
Yeah.
Glean from it.
Okay, this person says, what if I only like my partner when they're gone? Like, what if when they're in my house, I hate it?
Oh no. That's bad, I guess.
Yeah.
That seems bad.
It's interesting. There is like an idealizing, right, that you do if somebody's away. It's also what happens when you break up with people, right?
Yeah.
You start to idealize them and be like, oh, actually, and then you meet them again and you're like, oh, I totally remember why we aren't together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think it's hard if you're like in such a routine? Because I always think this with like dating someone in the army, for example. I don't know why I pointed to you. You're not in the army.
What are you guys have secretly been in the Air Force the whole time?
But I always think about like if I had like 3 kids and I was parenting my kids and for a year at a time my husband was gone and I have a whole routine and I have everything and then they came back, even if I miss them, I'd be like, I want to kill you.
You have a boyfriend.
You have
You have a boyfriend. You have a
sex party you have to go to.
car.
Other kids that are in. But I would just be like, the second he got there, no matter how much I missed him or how much I liked him, I would be like, get out of here. You're messing everything up. You don't know anything that's going on. You don't know the name of my teacher's kids. You don't know.
Yeah.
No, name of my. You don't know my kids' teachers' names. You don't know their dentist. I would just be like, you don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
Yes.
I also think maybe there's something about like, I think that you can kind of do your relationship however you want to do it. And if you're realizing, if you stop and think about it, if you're like, I hate this person, break up with them. Come on, be for real. Don't make me tell you that on this podcast. But if you're like, I really, really love this person, but I'm having a hard time coexisting, like maybe you guys need 2 separate bedrooms. A lot of couples do 2 separate bedrooms now and really like it. You think that's bad?
No, I think we wouldn't
refuse
do
to,
that.
yeah.
But like, I think if it works for other,
We're not gonna make you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it can
We're
work
not
for
doing
other
that.
people. No, I think some people, for instance, like snore really loudly.
Yes.
And that actually like causes, I mean, like if you're having disrupted sleep, you're like miserable.
Yeah.
So like you
Yeah.
need to have separate bedrooms. And I think that's totally fine and
Actually,
normal.
so nice that we can exist in one bedroom because you are so persnickety about sleeping and sounds.
Yeah. Are you quiet sleepers? You sleep like a little angel?
Right?
I'm still,
Do I bother you when I'm sleeping?
no.
That's great.
Well, I feel like if you sleep in different bedrooms,
Like a baby. Like I sleep
You
like a baby
you sleep
though.
hard, though, I guess, right?
Yeah.
but so you don't snore or move?
I don't know.
I sleepwalk.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Scary.
Yeah, that is scary. I'm sorry. to
I
both
feel
of
like
you.
if you do different bedrooms, you should just be so intentional. Otherwise, it would so quickly, I could see it becoming just like, I'd never speak to you again. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, we both work and then we go to our bedrooms and I don't,
Yeah.
But maybe that's what your relationship needs, that intentionality.
Yeah.
Because if you do a good job long distance with that intentionality, I think maybe that could help. But I will also say I was in a relationship while I was touring, and that person, I would say, was a great partner when I was on tour and not a good partner when I was home. And I think it's because they had some stuff that they had to work out.
Yeah.
And it was easy to ignore that stuff when, like, it wasn't when I was not face to face with them. You know?
Well, also the way they worded it, because it's also different to be like, we struggle when they come home and we argue it, but didn't they say they hate them or something?
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
They did
I think
say,
that's a little different.
I was going to say, I don't want to make everything about Sex in the City, but it is my main
of course,
touchstone for relationship advice. And I was going to say, like, okay, do you remember when, like, Carrie is dating Aiden?
Yeah.
And I think maybe it was the second time around. And she's like, I just need, like, when I walk into the house, like, at the end of the day, I need you to not talk to me for like an hour. I just need to like decompress. But you wind up like, it's like, yeah, okay, I think that's normal. You need space and you have to set these boundaries with people and stuff like that. But it ultimately was, and she didn't really like him anymore. Like, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was just like, no, you find this specific man very annoying.
Yeah, which I think is hard. I think you have to like really suss it out. And I've probably said this on the pod before, but like my mom still works full time as a nurse in a hospital. My mom works like 14-hour days. My dad is retired and like runs the house and like does a lot of stuff, wakes up every morning really early, makes my mom breakfast, used to drive her to work, whatever. And my mom she would get off work and my dad would pick her up. My mom's been in a hospital for 14 hours with like alarms going off, people screaming, whatever. She'd get in the car with my dad, and he is my father, so naturally he's like, and I watch this TV show, and what about this, and what about this, and what about this? And my mom had to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to drive myself to and from work because I just need to decompress in the car. My parents have been married for 100,000 years and love each other very much. So I think that's a thing that makes sense. So I think the real answer is you have to look inside yourself and be like, do I love this person or not?
Yeah.
Because I think if you really love each other, but you want to have 2 separate bedrooms, great. If you want to have 2 separate bedrooms because you don't really love each other, but like you can't say that to yourself, you need to say it to yourself.
Yeah, and if you only like someone when they're not physically in your presence, I don't think that's an excellent sign.
No.
Rough.
Yeah.
Really rough stuff.
Sorry to say.
This person wants to know if hall passes are helpful during long distance or do they just cause more problems?
Tim?
We feel like they generally have been positive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to like, we do it where like, I get to pick for you and you get to pick for me.
Of course,
Right.
yeah.
And we cannot exceed 5 a month. Isn't that the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending
on the month.
on how
the month.
Depending
on
if it's a
how
short month or
Randy.
not.
Randy, you always do more in January.
Yeah. Start of the year, you want to start the year off with a bang.
Yeah. This
Or
question made me
several.
laugh because the idea of like hall not being like basically this question is like, is an open relationship helpful during long distance? And I'm like, oh, I guess it is for some people and not for other people.
Yeah.
But calling them hall passes made me laugh because I'm like, oh yeah, I guess so. I was like a touring comedian and like Lucy Liu and Usher wanted to double team me.
I'd be like,
That could be helpful, I guess.
So Usher's like your man that you would have intercourses with?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Okay. I don't want to have sex with a man in general, but
you'd break his heart.
I would ruin him. He wouldn't even know what to do with me. I would flip him upside down and all around. But he is so good at dancing.
I know.
And I love his music, and I've loved him for so
That really does it for us
long.
because mine's Channing Tatum, and I think it's the same thing. I'm like, he's
dancing.
so good at dancing.
Yeah. And I would say almost all of the men that I am not attracted to, because I'm not really attracted to men, but like more drawn towards are men who are good at dancing. Like Wayne Brady, I've always, ever since I was a child, found myself drawn to Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Are you good at dancing? Or
I
do
was
you
just
break our
gonna
rules?
say,
Because
can
we
you do a
love
little
you.
dance?
I'm not that good of a dancer.
I think you are.
Thank you. Oh
No.
my God.
Because we've talked about this before, like you do little dances for me during the day and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Hip hop, ballet, or tap?
mostly just toe oriented. Yeah.
I can
I was like, what do we
picture it.
call it? Hip hop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
it involves like a lot of like toe like grippage on like, you know what I mean?
No, I picture it.
Yeah.
I know it. I've seen it.
Like because he's putting like a lot of effort into his bodily movements, and then you look down and like it's kind of like they're
like
all
the toes are orchestrating the whole thing. It's like I'm a marionette and my toes are doing it all.
And the toes of the strings. I love that.
We like toe dancing.
This person wants to know how you develop trust with someone whose schedule is constantly shifting and you're not always present with.
I think that I'm not an easygoing person in like some ways, but I'm an easygoing person in a lot of ways. And I think that I had to like decide a long time ago that like Tim's schedule is something that's just out of my hands and that I can't really do anything about because it is the way he makes money. And I was aware of this the entire time. And it's like once you make peace with that it's like, this is something that's pretty out of my control, then I think you just worry about it less and you can accept it more easily. That it's just like,
but and conversely, it's the same out on the road too with whoever you're with is at home. There's the rare time I always trust you, but there are the rare times where she will be out at some event or something like that, and I'll never hear from her afterward. And there might be like the sternest I ever get will maybe be noon the next day, like a quiet text being like, "You're okay, right?" Or something like that. Like I try to give you as much space as possible to be like, I'm not upset, I'm not looking after you, but also I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, did you make it home from this thing? Yeah. Or did you, like. Yeah,
no, trust. I feel like we don't have we don't have trust issues that I think some people might have, especially like early in a relationship or anything like that. That just doesn't really exist for us, I don't think. But you still want to like know the person's like okay and stuff like that. So absolutely. I think you have to like agree like to be in communication in ways that you both agree are reasonable.
Yeah.
Because if one person wants way more contact than the other one, I don't know, you just have to like, I guess, express that.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find a good middle ground.
Yeah. I think we have all of that stuff figured out pretty well. I'm not a phone person, for instance, but you're not really either. So I feel like even when you're gone, like we will always, it's like, if there's something to like talk about, like it would be so much easier to do this on the phone.
Yeah.
Then we'll have phone conversations to catch up or FaceTimes or whatever. But we don't have like a strict like call me every night kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that's never ever been how our relationship
is. And
I've
been in those relationships a long time ago touring, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I've been in long relationships where because you're with somebody and so you do it.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a burden. I mean, you were like where straight up you're like, because you're like out.
Yeah.
Some nights it might just be a show when you go home early.
Yeah.
Other nights you're maybe playing in a town where you have a lot of friends. But isn't it kind of annoying at those times to be like, "Excuse me, everyone," and then go like do a 15-minute call about it's just like I'm busy right now.
I know. I think like the band, like the people in bands who like have kids, and it's just like, okay, well you like
then
should call and say
totally
goodnight to your
different
kids or whatever.
Yeah.
They need that.
Yeah.
But like I'm adult. I'm a lady.
I'm adult.
I'm adult lady, and
I think it can feel too like even not on a tour, but like if one of us goes out of town with a friend, or if I'm on a trip with my mom, or you're on a trip with your mom or whatever, the thought of calling, I'm like, well, I'm with you all the time and I'm with these people right now for a brief time. Why would I take an hour? That just feels crazy to like go call you. Yeah.
But I also think like a big thing we're tapping into is when you're in a long committed relationship with someone who you actually like and actually trust and is similar to you. I think that's a big part of it because it's like, well, yeah, I don't need to step away from like whatever my best friend's bachelorette party to talk to Kendahl for 30 minutes while I'm gone for 4 days because I see Kendahl all the time and will for the rest of my life until I die.
But it's never enough, is it?
It's never enough. And it's never enough, and I'll say that. But it's like, yeah, it just like doesn't always fully make sense. But once again, like we also don't have trust issues.
Yeah.
And we really like each other. And I think a big thing that people don't want to admit is that like, sorry, you do need to be similar to your partner. I think people want to be like opposites attract, or they want to be like, yeah, but differences are good, like whatever. And it's like, I guess differences in some ways are good.
I think.
But like, you need to be similar to your partner in like preferences and desires and wants and wishes.
Yes, I think so. Like just how you choose to live your life. There should be like an alignment there.
Yeah.
That's pretty important, right?
Yeah. But then it's hard because I also think sometimes I'm like, but then something's wrong with you. Like if there's two people who are like, I need to be on, I mean, I know people or I've seen people that are like, I FaceTime my friends 9 hours a day. Like we just keep the phone on and we whatever. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, like something like you can't like be in your own head and your own thoughts. You can't like, you have no self-soothing. You have no ability to like figure out what you think without telling someone else. And so to me, I'm like, if you have two people who are like obsessed with calling each other on the phone every night, part of me is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I could have fallen into that if I got into a relationship like with someone like that. And I feel like you were less like that. And then as I've gotten older and I've gone to therapy and I've become more like comfortable and not anxious, I've just naturally been like, why would I call you tonight? Like, I'm doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
More naturally. Versus if I was dating someone who also was anxious and wanted to talk, I feel like my life would be talking to them on the phone.
Yeah,
and
it
I
would
don't
like
want
feed
that.
into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I know. And it's like you never want to just, and you don't want to do it because you're like anxious or you're worried that like they're doing something. Like that's not a good reason. It should be because it's like, well, I just wanted to like catch up with you real quick because I miss you, you know?
Yeah, especially, which I'm like, once again, if you like live with someone, you stay in contact with them all the time, it's like, I probably don't need to talk to you on the phone for the first like 5 days you're gone because it's like, what am I going to talk? Unless you're like the craziest thing happened on the plane or whatever. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I have one more.
Yeah.
This one's specifically for you. This person wants to know how to deal with it when the person who's gone all the time comes home and micromanages the house, the things in your life that are stationary. How do you deal with that? Because that's something they're struggling with.
I feel like Tim's pretty good about not doing that. Like there is definitely like I feel like a day like when Tim gets home from tour that it is like you do have like an adjustment of like, okay, there's another person in the house again, and like maybe there are some things that I need to adjust, and then but you're not like, you don't like walk into the house and just be like, oh, things are changing around here, or like, you know what I mean?
You have a southern accent.
Yeah.
I walk in and I keep it to myself is what I do.
Yeah.
So even when you have like thoughts and feelings, you still keep it like when you like walk in, you see something in the kitchen, you're like, what's that?
But it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime of learning that. It's picking battles, right? Mm-hmm. And also in our relationship, it's a lifetime. It's a 15 years of learning. Like kind of like don't, just if something's bothering me in the house, then fix it.
Yeah.
Versus being like, I want you to know that something's bothering me. It's just like, who cares? Why does that matter?
Yeah. I think that's probably the smartest way to do it. I think the thing that changes for me the most between like being alone for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and then Tim coming home is that I have to remember to close the door when I poop again. Like that's like the biggest adjustment, but it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
My big thing.
We don't do that, so that's why I'm shocked to hear that that's the thing.
Really? Your door open poopers?
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
For me.
But
no, we're door closed poopers, and I think that's
for a lifetime. Yeah.
Pee for open door, poop closed door.
Wow.
Pee on your lap.
Yeah. If Kendahl has to pee, she sits on my lap and pees.
I haven't asked to sit. I've asked when we used to have one bathroom. I would be like, "What if we?" For some reason, I romanticized in my head the thought of us peeing at the same time, be between Jordan's leg, and Jordan would never let us do it. I was like,
"Why not?
You prude, get over it."
She would have peed all over me. There's like no world in which that would work. There's no world in which that would have worked. Yeah, I think today we had a phone call as a couple with Bank of America.
We don't need to get details about specific daily functionings of our bodies, but
she's shy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is her introvert coming out.
If Tim wanted me to leave the door open while he pooped, I would.
Aww.
Don't want that.
What weird scenario. I need
don't
you to
want
do
that.
this.
Well, if he was like, I would feel better about it if you did.
Oh, right. I love to keep the privacy of my poop to myself for the entire life. I want something to be always just mine. For the rest
And that's
of my,
the one thing you picked.
Yeah, just like I poop and the door is locked.
But are you
Locked,
like
not
going?
just closed,
Oh.
locked?
I think we both lock it.
You lock it, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you scared the other one's gonna run in?
Yeah, I might just accidentally walk in and be like, no, this is not a good time to walk in.
Yeah.
Are you a phone person? Are you a person who would go in the bathroom and then spend like an hour and a half there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And we only have one bathroom.
Yeah,
Sometimes I have to be like,
Oh, man.
And do you knock and say something, or is that too personal? Do you text
No, that's
him?
okay. I'm totally okay with like.
Oh, no,
like
we'll
you're,
talk
you're
through the
exceeding
door.
your time limit.
You'll
You're
talk.
like, oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's conversations during pooping. There's just a door between us.
And I'm more than willing to hear that it's time for me to get out. It's like, no, you're right. Totally. We're sharing a bathroom.
You got
here.
I feel like my
comfortable.
response always, because I'm always like that, like an hour and a half, and Jordan will be like, "Hey, Ken," and I immediately go, "I know, I'm sorry,"
Yeah,
and then you hear the toilet paper
Yeah.
coming.
Because Kendall would live there if she could.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm so I think because you are like a bathroom dweller, like more of like I'm going to dwell
moaning
here for a
Myrtle.
while. I think I take extreme pride in being like, I'm in and out.
Yeah.
I'm in and out. Time
more
me.
like that.
See how quick
I'm
I
more
can
like
do
that,
this.
yeah.
This is what normal people do.
Which has never impressed me.
Okay.
Does
At
that
all.
turn on a turn on for you?
No.
All right.
It started with me with lines to pee in bars. Sure. And I would be like, why are people taking so long?
yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch how fast I can pee. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
So
Gwen is just peeing through her pants in the bathroom, being like, "I'm done. 5 seconds."
I know I have done that before accidentally. Yeah.
Wow.
But
So
that's another competitive thing for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have lots of little competitive things. I'm trying to think of something else though that like when you come home, like
share a
if
car?
I'm like I had to do something.
We do
different.
share a car.
Is that annoying? Or are you like, wait, where's my car?
Never
Who's the better driver?
You.
He had to say that.
It's easier to say that she is.
You can learn a lot from Tim. Is what I'll
I
say.
learned a lot from Tim.
I already know that. I've learned a lot from him already.
please.
Just saying, you could learn after a couple last things he said about keeping the thoughts
Wow.
to ourselves.
I think it's important to you to be a good driver, and I don't care. I don't like driving. I don't care about driving.
It's extremely important to me to be considered a good driver. I don't have to actually be a good
So are
driver.
you saying because it's important to her, so do you hear that?
But do you think Tim's a bad driver?
No.
I don't think you're a bad driver. And I've said it. They can roll the tapes. I've said it many times on this
Are you a
podcast.
backseat driver?
Yeah. Yeah, I have suggestions.
You're not
I have-
gonna win this one.
I have helpful suggestions about what lane you need to be in and stuff like that. Especially if
That
it's
makes
just a
sense.
road I navigate more than you do or something like that because I drive more than you do.
Kendall?
We can't.
Apologize
This
to
could
me.
be a whole-
Apologize to me.
No.
Apologize to me.
No.
Come
No
on.
way.
Come on.
Jordan's such a bad backseat driver, and you know what's so terrible about backseat drivers is then they have such a manipulative thing they can say of like, so just to be clear, you wanted me to stay quiet while you hit that woman. I was like, well, the hope is I wouldn't have hit a woman 200 feet away.
And I would hate to find out.
I know.
And I would hate to find out.
My
I know.
problem with it is it's dangerous. You're scaring me because Jordan's and it makes me stressed out while I'm driving. I'm like, you're putting us in danger.
Stop slamming on those brakes.
Yeah, I
Wow.
can see it from both perspectives.
You know? Oh, I can see
In
it
my
from
defense,
both
I grew up
perspectives.
driving with my dad, who was not, I don't think, supposed to be allowed to drive, and he had one working foot and one working hand. The way he would, and he had, when you drive with one hand, they have these like knobs
knob.
that
Oh,
you
right.
attach
Oh,
to the
yeah.
steering wheel. He would fling it around. My ability, like slamming on your brakes, I've never not stopped with a slam on the brake.
Okay, what? Now Kendall's guilting me because her dad was paralyzed?
Yeah.
Now I'm in
And
trouble?
every year I wish.
Now
Every year I wish.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
all right. Well, this comes to the end of the episode. I'm so sad because we missed you guys already. And you
I
guys
know.
even left.
I want to go back to that place we went to, that dinner place we went
I
to.
love that dinner place.
Yeah,
too.
with the garlic bread.
I know.
I also love that dinner place. But next time we have to go to Topgolf.
Okay.
Yay!
yeah.
You guys would really like it.
Actually, I
have
actually have
snacks?
anxiety about that.
No, it'll be really
Why?
good. We'll have fun.
Because I once tried to golf, and I think maybe you're nearly a professional.
She's semi-pro.
I'm on the Stanford team. Go
It was explained to me that I had the wrong size. That I
Okay.
was using the wrong size.
Okay.
Golf
Driver?
clubs. Yeah, all of them.
okay.
They have a bunch of different sizes at Topgolf.
But I was so terrible, and I don't know now if it's just like, is it because now I have to be like, it's because I had the wrong sizes.
No, Kendall will help you.
Yeah, I'll show you.
It'll-
I'll
I kind of
wrap my
don't-
arms
It'll be
around
like a
you.
ghost. Yeah, Kendall will get right up behind you, and it'll be really beautiful.
Kind of, I don't know, man. I'm
We'll go, it's
afraid
fun.
of golf.
We'll just
afraid
get
of golf.
drunk. There's like a.
We're gonna go. We'll have some cocktails. We'll have some snacks, and then we'll take you to our favorite Mongolian barbecue restaurant that's right down the street.
Oh, we've been dying for a Mongolian barbecue.
Oh my God, we'll
I
have
love
the best
to say
time.
that I'm good at golf.
I feel like
And
you
you
would.
I
are.
don't know if I am,
And you
but
are.
I should be.
No, I feel like you would be.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna have so much fun. Sorry that you guys won't be there, but if you want more of Gwynedd and Tim, tell them where they can find you.
Well, we actually this year launched a podcast. It's a game show called Musical Puke. And the first season is live now. And you can find it on YouTube or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You just have to look for Musical Puke. And I don't think there's anything else with that name necessarily.
Amazing.
So it should be easy to find.
Yeah.
But we have bands on to do music trivia.
It's awesome.
So fun.
It's really fun and funny, and you guys should all go watch it.
Thanks.
so exciting. Congratulations on the launch.
Thanks.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, new season's coming in 2026.
Amazing.
Well, we can't wait. We'll all be here. We're ready for it.
And thank you. Oh, sorry.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was going to say the exact same thing.
Thank you so much for being here. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, make sure to rate and review. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Please.
We have a Patreon. We have social medias you can follow to watch clips and get a bunch of information. And we just appreciate you all so much. And we appreciate you two for being here.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you very much.
We do.
All right. Happy Monday.
Bye.
Bye.